Yeah, we'll go ahead and get it kickstarted with a little bit of Warzone.
Initiating Warzone simulation. Hold bases, take down bosses, and eliminate enemy Spartans to earn points.
Alright, so I'm gonna play a couple of minutes, get my bearings about me before I go on a little bit of a tirade about first-person shooters.
Secure our home base. Let's support those Marines, Spartan.
Lost a Marine! Friendly down! Stop them! Got a soldier on me! Got a crawler!
This is humanity's best.
You got it.
Home base secure. Lockdown disabled. New objectives are online. Level 2 Rex available. Sanghili General at the relay tower. Teammates eliminated the Sanghili General.
The humans began a revolution. They are defeated. Beware, explosive!
East Armory captured. Enemy captured the West Armory.
He's got me in his sights!
Level 3 Rex available.
Taking fire from the front! That soldier's done!
Okay, so the biggest trick and tip that I can always give to everyone
Red confirmed.
in regards to Halo, always single shot weapons. So, whenever I play Warzone, as soon as I can unlock my battle rifle, I'm good to go.
Enemy captured the garage. Teammates eliminated the Ranger Commander.
Okay, so this is me sneaking to their outpost. Another tip I can always give everyone, constantly crouch. I say this a million times, constantly crouch. Okay, so not the greatest of starts. The thing with Warzone and Halo is that so much of it is about your team, kind of having some idea how to contribute. Very similar to Battlefield. Your team, you always want to feel like they're contributing in some meaningful way, whether that's capturing objectives, killing the other team, taking down bosses. So, of course, as you would imagine, that's like a feast or famine kind of affair. You have some games where people more or less know what they're doing, and in other games where it's deer caught in the headlights. So, luckily so far in this game, my team, for the most part, seems to be pulling their weight. So, hopefully this should remain a close game. See how it goes. See, this guy knows the drill. He's crouched, got his single shot weapon out, he knows what's up. Single shot weapons, people. Single shot weapons. I cannot stress that enough. That is quintessential Halo.
Eliminated.
Yeah, this has been a pretty clean
Incoming
match so
Covenant threat
far.
detected above the crane pit. Level 4 Rex available.
Enemy fire. I need backup.
Baron Saroam's Banshee is above the crane pit.
Picked up the sword. Hostile has a sword. Heading for cover.
So the thing with Halo that kind of always
Enemy
gets on my
eliminated
nerves
Baron
is there's sort of
Saroam.
like this double-sided rhetoric right now. There's one crowd of people who love Halo, love anything Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, ODST, Reach, and then there's another crowd of Halo who's like the Bungie apologists. Everything Bungie did was great, everything 343 did as far as Halo is terrible, and you know, I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion, there's no right or wrong answer, but I think Halo 5, of course, I think is a really solid game. I think it's a huge improvement over Halo 4. But when I think about it in the context of the modern first-person shooter, I think the challenge for Halo and really all these kinds of Twitch-based shooters and semi-open world shooters going forward is that when you have games like Destiny, which are more like MMOs, and then you have other games like Rainbow Six Siege, which are very tactical and team-based, I think it's a tough balance in this day and age to be able to find the kind of experiences that appeal to everyone. And that's not even saying, you know, the games necessarily have to, all games have to appeal to everyone. I'm a staunch believer that they don't. But I think the challenge for Halo going forward is that, you know, in the beginning with Halo and Halo 2 and even Halo 3 to a lesser extent, those games had something unique and special about them that was very reminiscent of the era. So, you know, when I hear people reference 343 and their time with Halo as they ruined Halo, this isn't Halo anymore, it's Call of Duty. I mean, of course, these are ridiculous concepts, but I think the challenge with these kinds of things is that, like, going forward, what is Halo going to be? What is Halo going to look like? Like I said, I think Halo 5 is a really great experience. I think Warzone is a very, very innovative new way to play. But overall, I can just foresee a bunch of problems Halo's going to have going forward, and I think that's, you know, something that's going to affect what Microsoft's able to do with it. So ultimately, you know, you have this being Microsoft's flagship brand. But like I said, as I mentioned before, the older Halos did some things, and this does a lot of those things as well, that were just very special and very, in a vacuum, unique to that time. So you're talking about, you know, friends lists and matchmaking before they were ever even a part of consoles with Xbox Live on the original Xbox and early in the Xbox 360. Those things are mainstays now. So those things, of course, you know, that makes it not something that's anything unique or special to Halo anymore. When I think about the map design, arena-style shooters, I'm not sure that those games necessarily have the same place in the world that they once did. And there's a bunch of reasons for that, because there's a lot of different philosophies as far as those things. But I think the challenge is, really with all games today, it's who do you appeal to, why do you appeal to them, how big is your market share, and those questions really determine your demographics. They determine, you know, sales and how much of a budget you're able to accrue game per game. So when I think about Halo, it's going to be really interesting going forward, because even though I think Halo 5 is a really great game and a great evolution of the series, at the same time I think it's also kind of a remnant of an old world that isn't really the world anymore. So, you know, as much as people like to say, you know, 343 brought the series down, Bungie just had this great run, which they did, I think even if Bungie still had the IP of Halo today, I think they would still have a lot of problems. I think Call of Duty, for better or for worse, in a lot of good ways and a lot of bad ways, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 literally changed the world, changed the landscape of gaming. And I think during the 360 generation that caused Halo to take a step back. And I think that was going to happen no matter what, whether it was Bungie, whether it was 343 doing the game. I think Call of Duty presented a style of game that it was just a lot more accessible to a lot more people. And what that means in the big picture is just the fact that, you know, you have a consistent buyer who's buying Call of Duty every single year. And they've had some, you know, last couple of years, they've had some down years. They've had, you know, years where it's been less than stellar, but overall they're still, however much the sales go up or go down, they're still maintaining an audience. And I think for Halo, you know, you have some new people, some casual players who are playing it, but majority of Halo players have been and largely still are probably still the hardcore core gamer. So the question becomes, how do you branch out? How do you appeal to those other people? And for Halo, there's really no real answer to that. Halo is, for better or for worse, is a skill game. It's not something that's ever going to appeal to everyone. It's never going to have it's going to always have a hard time appealing to the kinds of people who don't really play video games, who don't really play first-person shooters. It's not that kind of game. And, you know, I think that's a great thing. I think that it's great that consumers can have the choices between games like Call of Duty and games like Halo, games like Battlefield and Rainbow Six Siege and Evolve, that there's Battlefront, that there's all these different kinds of multiplayer experiences. But I think going forward, the challenge for multiplayer games in a general sense is, where is the money, where is the budgeting come from, and that really is going to be determined by how successful these games do in the marketplace. So the games like Call of Duty, the games that appeal to wide audiences, are going to continue to be the area of focus. Alright, I'm going to sneak up on this guy, let's see if I can get this stealth kill. I'm going to do a flip if I get this stealth kill. Got it. Got it. Hold that. But, you know, so I think it's a really cyclical situation, of course. But I'm really interested going forward to see what the future for a series like Halo is. 'Cause I think Halo still, even to this day, brings a lot of really unique and interesting things to the game space that I would hate to see go away. I mean, I think I started playing Halo initially in high school, as a freshman in high school. Halo, this is the year before Halo 3 came out. I started playing Halo 2 on the Xbox 360 at school. My teachers on Fridays would bring their Xbox 360s to school. I guess this is 2006, early 2007, right? You know, the year of and before Halo 3. We used to play Halo 2 split screen at school. So that was really my first experience with Halo, getting to play it split screen. And then, you know, Halo 3 came out. It was amazing. When I got my Xbox 360 for Christmas in high school, that was one of the first games I bought, was Halo 3. So, you know, I've had those experiences with Halo growing up, and they were amazing. But when I look at those experiences, like I said, I'm not sure. It's, you know, they're really applicable to today's world. In today's world, people, you know, for better or worse, want instant gratification. They want over-accessibility. They want games they can easily play with their friends, which I think this is one of those games, but I think there's just so many barriers to entry that make that a difficult proposition.
Level 6 Rex available.
And I think these are the kind of questions that 343 has to ask themselves going forward. Is ultimately, what is Halo going to look like from a single-player perspective, from multiplayer perspective? I think Warzone is really more innovative than I think it's getting given credit for. I mean, this is really a true amalgamation of everything Halo's done historically. A good mix of capture the flag style objective, also with some big team battle thrown in. It's a good combination of everything Halo's always been amazing at, put into one, with a resource management component also thrown in, which is amazing. And you can choose to utilize it or ignore it. It's there, though, if you want to use it. So I think that's an amazing thing, and I think 343 doesn't get enough credit for that. But at the same time, I feel like Halo has to it's kind of right now caught in an identity crisis, where it's ultimately, you know, it was a famous, legendary franchise before Call of Duty came along. So I think, you know, now you fast forward 8, 9, 10 years, and I think people want different things from shooters. The average consumer, and it's, what do you do? Do you ignore those people? Do you ignore those concerns? That's a really tough proposition. People want faster, more frenetic games. People like kill streaks. People like all these things that are, a lot of them, fundamentally against what Halo has always been. So, you know, that puts 343, and if it was still Bungie making the game, it would be the same situation for them. It puts whoever is in the process of making the game in that, caught in between that rock and a hard place. Because ultimately, you know, you have to, as much as people like to ignore this reality, you have to serve, on some level, you have to serve everyone. There's only a finite number of games out there. $60 is still, you know, a large proposition for people. So it's like you want to appeal to as many people as possible, even if sometimes it can compromise certain aspects of the game. It's still a business. So I think, you know, going forward, that's really at the feet of Bungie, is what can they continue to do to help Halo grow. And personally, I mean, I would just, similar to like other big franchises and movies and games like Star Wars, like Harry Potter, I would love to see it go in a ton of different directions. I would love to see an open world Halo game. I would love to see a Halo detective game. I think there's so many things. The Halo universe has been crafted with such care that I think there's so many beautiful things they could do with it if they wanted to. But I think it's really, really tough right now with the way the gaming landscape is evolving, because I think people want specific kinds of things, some of which Halo can offer, some of which Halo can't. And then when you're talking about budgeting, when you're talking about how the rising cost to produce games, I think there's just a lot of issues in place that make it a really, you know, tall prospect. And not just for Halo, let me be clear. This is really for all video games. Is, you know, I ask myself this question every day, is what's going to happen to the video game industry? And obviously, it's growing every year. It's not going to go away just suddenly. But I think it's going to look different. I think the kinds of games teams are able to make are going to be determined more than ever by consumers. I think back in the day, games were so much cheaper to make. You could afford to subsidize a game. You could afford to make a game with 2 friends because you wanted to, because it was fun, because it was a good time. But I think nowadays, with these rising costs, there's a lot more pressure to make games that generate a lot of money. And just like anything, if you put that kind of stamp on anything, this has to make X amount of dollars, it's a lot harder to get anything made. So it's like, naturally, publishers who are making the decisions, they're the business end of the companies, they're going to ride with what they feel is the most lucrative business investments. So, you know, last generation, that was a lot of first-person shooters, a lot of, you know, RPG-style progression that Modern Warfare popularized. And this generation, it's, you know, becoming the open-world game. So, you know, you're seeing, you know, every generation the publishers are trying to adapt to what they feel like people want, and not even just what people want, but what they feel like people will keep. Because another big component in all of this is used game sales. Is, you know, publishers and developers lose so much money when people buy used games. They continue to try to find ways to get around that. Previously, it was DRM, and that may come up again in the next generation of games. Of course, it's rumored to be the case with Nintendo's upcoming console. And then on the game software side, it's been trying to find styles of games that they feel like people will hold on to. So last generation it was a first-person shooter. Call of Duty was the game everyone owned. No one traded in because everyone wanted to continue playing it with their friends. So, you know, a lot of teams made first-person shooter style games that they thought would be able to rival Call of Duty and similarly enjoy that kind of success. But the reality is it's not really that simple. Call of Duty is an anomaly. Most really successful games are anomalies that can't be duplicated. But nonetheless, when publishers are looking at their balance sheets and they're looking at what makes money, they're going to go with what makes money. So first-person shooters, last generation and really still today, make a lot of money. So that's a really popular style of, you know, games that you're going to continue to see more of. But on the other side of it, it becomes what other kinds of games are going to be competition for that. So really right now it's been a lot of open world games, a lot more RPG style games, and personally I'm an RPG guy, I'm an open world guy, so I've loved that, but I don't think it's necessarily, just like anything, if you put any kind of style of game into anything, it's not going to work for everything. Oh good, we won. Good. So yeah, I didn't play great that game. I played decent, but yeah, it's like trying to like talk and think and process everything and still play Halo simultaneously. A little bit of a challenge first game, but I'll improve. We'll consider that, call that the day's warm up. But in spite of the doom and gloom scenarios, I think that Halo's in a really interesting situation. Because obviously as Microsoft's flagship title, it's not going to just disappear one day. It's going to be around, hopefully forever, but again, it's just a question of where 343 is going to continue to take the game. As far as with Halo 5, the thing with it I've really enjoyed and been the most happy about is I've really loved the constant stream of new updates and constant new content. Every time it seems I play Halo, which is maybe once or twice a week sometimes, other weeks every couple of weeks, I'll get in a couple of sessions, but every time I start up Halo, every time I boot the game up, there's new maps, there's new armor, there's new rec packs, there's all kinds of new content every time I play, and there's not even necessarily a situation where I'm going to necessarily play all of it right that moment or at all, but it's just nice to know that it's there, and there's not a $10.99, there's not a $5.99, there's not something nudging on me, hey, we got new paid DLC for your $60 game. And I'm a proponent of the DLC model as long as it's not overdone, but at the same time it's nice to see a game like Halo 5, similar to games like previously like Skyrim and Gears of War 3, that really, Grand Theft Auto 5, those kinds of games that really redefine the term value of a $60 game and give you really great bonus incentives to buy it and to hold on to it. I mean, I think in the last 3 months they've added 4, 5, 6 new maps. I mean, more stuff than I could even count. New weapon skins, new armor types. I mean, a ton of new stuff, and all of it is free. So, you know, I think that's a great precedent to set, and I think going forward, I hope all multiplayer games kind of wean themselves off of that old Call of Duty business model of $60 game, $15 map packs every couple of months. Because I think most developers and publishers smartly have realized that separating your player base is never good. When you have 20 friends playing a game and only 3 of them have a map pack, that means you can't play with any of those other friends and you're completely walled off from being able to play together and have fun. And that's just, it's not good for business, it's not good for the user experience, so it's nice to see a bunch of different studios and teams recognizing that the map pack thing, I think last generation it had its place, it worked. I think, you know, times have changed. So I think, you know, it's nice to see them make that adjustment. Okay, So the goal for this game is I gotta play much better. Gotta get at least one boss
Home base
takedown.
secure. Lockdown disabled. New objectives are online. Level 2 Rex
One of
available.
the things I actually really enjoy about Halo 5 is it's a really fast and fluid experience, but what I like about it, it hasn't gone Call of Duty where it's like every year let's try to make everything like frenetically fast. Even though it's significantly faster than its predecessors, it's not to such a point where it's like ridiculous. Where it feels like I have skates on. It still feels like I feel a weight to my Spartan when I'm moving. I feel a weight to other Spartans when they're moving. So I really love that dynamic. Missed that headshot. Missed the headshot and then I died. Great, great. Because even though I played a lot of the older Halo games, I put a lot of time into Halo Reach, a lot of time into Halo 3. I used to always complain, even at the time, particularly with Halo Reach, how stiff those experiences were. You know, it's quintessential Halo. The maps were flawless. Just the core gameplay was really solid. So it was hard, you know, it was hardly like a sticking point or a big deal, but it was just a small thing that I felt detracted from an otherwise great experience. So the fact that Halo 5 is like, significantly more fluid, weapon reloads, movement, vehicles, even though I feel like the vehicles are a little bit moon bouncy and I would love to see them improve that, but other than that, pretty much all of the core mechanics of Halo 5 are rock solid.
Can't wait to take those
Incoming Prometheans detected at the overpass. Incoming Prometheans detected at the overpass. Hydra soldier at the overpass. Hydra soldier at the overpass. Enemy eliminated the Hydra soldier.
That'll leave that a piece of me.
Watch the road from there.
Okay, so I don't know what the hell the enemy team is doing. They didn't capture a base yet, so granted,
Level 4
that
Rex
puts us in a really
available.
good position to have a good start, so I'm hardly complaining, but that typically doesn't happen, but I'll take it.
North Garage captured.
With my battle rifle.
Wreck confirmed.
Last game I didn't even put on my automatic, I didn't even put on my level 5 battle rifle with the custom reticle, so yeah, last game, that first game, I was a little out of it. I apologize, viewers. Getting a little bit more comfortable and seamless for me now. Hydro launch, I don't know where that came from. Actually, let's go ahead and use an
Wreck
overshield.
confirmed.
I have so many power mods that I never even typically use during matches. I'm so accustomed to the old school Halo way of like picking stuff up on the field. So a lot of the time, other than weapons, I don't really tweak too much as far as the resource management cards, but they're definitely there and can be effective when you know how to use them and win.
Incoming Covenant detected at the highway. Ghost jockey on the highway.
Where are you? There you are. There it is. Cash money. Oof. Gotta stay out of the open areas on this map. Clambering is like one of my favorite things in this game. It's again really small touch, but it's a massive enhancement to Halo gameplay. So I mean that's the thing with this game is a lot of my favorite things about it are small little touches, but those small little touches massively impact the things you're doing every couple of seconds, whether that's climbing, whether that's traversing up and down a building. A lot of the core things that are just quintessential Halo have been touched up in really clever ways that massively enhance the experience. So shout out to 343. Like I said, I personally feel they did a really good job with this game, especially the multiplayer. So as long as we keep holding Monument in the middle, we should be good.
Incoming Covenant threat
Keep it
detected above
Warzone and just
Monument.
really any first-person shooter with hardpoint objectives, is you always want to have the middle of the field. You always want to have that advantage. It's a significant one if you know how to take advantage of it. So yeah, I don't know if it's because I'm streaming or because God loves me today or what.
Banshee
But in the
pilot
last two
Dolman in
games,
the
I've
air
had
above the monument.
pretty good teammates. That's a rarity in Halo. Really, since I started playing with Halo 2 and Halo 3, most of the people I've played with and against didn't know what the hell they were doing, so this is refreshing. Oof. And I don't know where the hell that came from. Let's use a random vehicle, why not?
Wreck confirmed.
As I said, there's so many components to Warzone that it's like if you choose to use them, they're there.
Teammates eliminated.
That I don't even
Pilot
use a
Dolman.
lot of the time, and it's like I'll pick it up one day and like, oh yeah, this is a part of the game. This is pretty cool. Ghost battle, ghost battle. Down you go. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Good to see you, Spartan.
So definitely shout out to these guys we're playing against. They haven't really given us much resistance.
Incoming Covenant
I think they've only
detected
even
at the
tried to
highway.
capture the middle hard point, which is Monument, maybe once or twice. So it made this a lot easier for us to be able to build up this lead. So I appreciate it.
Duelist hunters near
Wish I
the
could take
highway.
credit for it. Oof. Hunters dropped right next to me. Again, that's another one of those just quintessential Halo things that I love. Halo, other than like Gears of War, still has like the most badass enemy types in all the video games. Melee that guy.
Teammates need help with the duelist hunters. Teammates eliminated a duelist hunter. Enemy eliminated a duelist hunter. Teammates need help with the duelist hunters.
Got him.
Duelist hunter takedown.
Cash money.
Enemy sword, stay back.
Level 6 Rex available.
I got a scarab down here.
We're halfway to victory.
Got a race targeting me.
I died, but I took him with me. That's always my goal in Halo. Is when I'm in those situations where you're gonna die no matter what, I'm always trying to take the opposition with me. Okay, so let's equip the better versions of these weapons. Alright. So as far as the future of first-person shooters, I think really right now when I look at games like The Division, games like Destiny, I definitely see open world, MMO, RPG kind of experiences being, at least in the short term, the thing everybody goes for. And like I said, I don't necessarily have a problem with that. Destiny wasn't my favorite game. It had a lot of issues that kind of irked me in year one. I did play it. I bought it at launch and played it, but didn't really get too much into it. The light armor and the armor abilities and stuff never really interested me too much, and that's, of course, the core hook of the game, but still, you know, I feel like more or less still got my money's worth out of it. I played in the beta for the Division, and again, wasn't necessarily something that I could see myself being hugely interested in, but I could see the potential. It was pretty interesting.
Teammates eliminated the Night Noble. Level 7 Rex available.
Equipping scatter shot.
Like I said, particularly on the arena shooter side, I'm really interested to see what the future is going to look like. Because, I mean, that's like, you know, a part of the genre that's near and dear to my heart, because I grew up playing, I played Quake 3 Arena, of course played Halo, so these kinds of games, you know, really, it's a unique, special kind of experience. I mean, even though I love and adore games like Battlefield, and, you know, this Warzone mode in Halo is Battlefield-esque, I also enjoy just traditional, you know, linear static maps that are well designed and fun, and have really great pacing and flow to them as well. So I think, you know, all those different kinds of experiences have something to offer. So I would hope, you know, going forward that there's still, you know, a viable way for arena first-person shooters to be a part of the game space in a meaningful way. I mean, of course, definitely with Halo.
Warden Eternal is near the terrace.
Okay. Boss battle, boss battle.
Taking fire from a soldier. Make him pay for that, Marine.
Okay, there's a huge enemy scarab over there, so I'm gonna go ahead and stay out of his way. Let our tank take care of that guy. Again, vehicles are one of my favorite things about Halo, always have been. That's why I've always, you know, growing up was always huge into Big Team Battle. And then, of course, you know, like I said, since this is like an extension of Big Team Battle, Warzone, that's why I've also gravitated to Warzone as well. I mean, I love big, I love chaos, vehicles, you know, that's why I'm in love with the Battlefield, the core Battlefield series as well. Ooh, ran into a group there. So yeah, this is definitely a much better game than I played in that first one. And our team, definitely want to shout out to the team. The team is doing a really good job. Pretty much controlled the map throughout. Kept them in their spawn, so that's been huge. Once again, pro tip, you see I'm crouching right now, so I can't be seen on radar. That's everything. In first-person shooters, that's always my #1 priority when it's an option, to not be seen on radar. I always want to be a ghost. When I used to play Call of Duty back in the day, the perk I always used was cold-blooded and UAV jammer. Those were the perks. That's my #1 goal in first-person shooters, is anonymity, to be able to sneak behind enemy lines, and more than just anything, just to not be seen on radar. That's a big thing. Because as I've noticed, most players who play first-person shooters are reliant on the radar. They're constantly looking at the radar. So when they see you, and they're planning, they're ready for you. So I like to be able to have the element of surprise on my side at all times, and it works. Again, in that situation, they had 4 guys up there. I shouldn't have been able to get any of them because I was crouched. I was able to poach one guy. I technically should have got 2 with a grenade, but I'll take it. Again, we're winning with a huge margin at this point. We would have 2 pretty much throw
Enemy
the game
controls
to
all
lose at this
bases.
point.
Our core is vulnerable.
Spoke too soon. Wow, they just pulled the heist on this game. Being down almost 300 points, they managed to capture very quickly all 3 bases. Wow, that's impressive. I was just about to brag about how this game was pretty much out of their reach and we could just focus on kills, but they took the words right out of my mouth.
Defend our core, Spartan.
Skin I got on my DMR is pretty cool. It's actually the first time I've seen it, but hey, I like it.
North garage captured. Core defenses back online.
Headshot. And it's funny. The funny thing with Halo is like Halo's like a really intimate kind of experience, but in Warzone, because the maps are so big, you can catch people slipping really, really easily. It's kind of like a weird juxtaposition because it's like Halo is kind of like the kind of experience predicated on close-up combat, constantly staying on your toes. Oof, didn't even see that guy. Actually, let's finish this game with a bang. Let's go with a power weapon. Go sniper rifle.
Wreck confirmed.
Okay, the goal right now, as we pretty much have this game locked up, is to not be killed before I get a kill with the sniper rifle. It's gonna be really hard. There's a Banshee near me, there's a Wraith, there's 2 Banshees near me, and there's a Wraith, so this is gonna be really hard. If I can get a kill with this gun before I die, I'm gonna be really happy. There it is. Cash money. Ugh, that's okay. Let's say you have your fill, Banshee man. I got my kill, man. That's all I wanted. Get my sniper rifle kill before the game ended. Aaron Rodgers throws a beautiful grenade toss. Oh, I don't know how they didn't let me freaking skyjack him. I was in perfect position for that. It's all good though. Getting popped by the Wraith. He's gonna just camp outside of our spawn until the game ends. It's all good, buddy. Scoreboard. As my brother used to say when he used to beat me in Madden as a kid. Scoreboard. Jeez, top guy on my team had 41 kills. Pretty impressive, pretty impressive. Beautiful headshot. Two. Cash money. 3. 3 perfect kills. Oh, if I wasn't streaming, I would record that. And that's game.
Excellent work, Spartan.
Made a
That's
nice little
victory.
comeback. Made it a little bit more interesting. So yeah, that was significantly better than my other game. Alright, so now we're gonna switch it up, play a little bit of SWAT. So yeah, last game pretty good. 1 boss takedown, 24 kills, 2 bases captured, 2 base defense kills, 12 assists. Pretty good, pretty good. As far as like Halo game mode, SWAT is my bread and butter. Like when I'm trying to like help people get better at the game and learn how to play Halo, SWAT is generally my recommendation. SWAT is a really, really good way to learn how to line your reticle up with people's heads and get headshots. So when you watch that last game at the end when I got those 3 perfect kills at the very end of the match, line them up perfectly even when they were behind cover. All those things, fundamental things learned from SWAT. Because in SWAT there's no shields, so it's one-shot kills if you put shots on people's heads. So it's really, really good lessons, really good fundamental way to learn how to play Halo correctly and make it as easy as possible for yourself. There's one. You see, so much of SWAT, and this is part of why I love it, so much of it is anticipation. So, a lot of the time, because these are the smallest maps, even I missed that one right there, so that's a bad example, but because these are the smallest maps, you generally know where people are going to spawn. It's a lot easier to line your shots up in advance, so it's one shot. A lot of the time, you're almost putting the hit on them before they turn the corner. So like right there again, I missed it, but you see I'm getting the hit marker. So very fundamental, but again, this is a really good way to learn how to play the game. It teaches you a lot about accuracy.
Reversal.
Again, took a couple of shots, but again, you see every time I'm getting hit markers. That's the key.
Distraction.
He got me, but again, this is the fundamental rule. I took him with me. That's all I care about. As long as I take him with me, we're good to go. Oof, I don't know how I missed that kill. Gotta be better, gotta be better. Oh, I should have assassinated him. It was a missed opportunity to make someone look bad. Oh well. to the next one.
Gain the lead.
One shot. See? Reticle's right. I know where he's gonna be, so my reticle's on him as soon as he turns the corner. Ugh, missed it, but again, I should have got a double kill. I was ready for both of those guys. So it's all anticipation. But it's really, really good lesson, because when you're playing the other game modes where people have shields, every shot in your clip, whether you're using a pistol or a battle rifle, assault rifle, whatever weapon you're using, that accuracy, like in this mode, you can afford to miss a couple of times because it's one-shot kills pretty much. But in the other modes where they have shields, every shot matters. So every time, so when you're really accurate, you can kill someone in 3 shots with shields. So this is really, really good practice. This is what I recommend to everyone. Again, perfect setup, anticipation. Ugh, shouldn't have missed that one. Oof, he was ready for me.
Watch the enemy fire.
I mean, I technically did it right there, but this is part of why I love SWAT. Very rarely in SWAT do I need to, I don't know how I missed that. I put it on his head before he even climbed up, but very rarely in SWAT should you need to aim down the sights. Again, most of the time you want to just get really comfortable shooting from the hip. Ugh, missed it again. I can't keep missing these. I mean, we're winning by a pretty sizable amount, so it's probably not going to matter, but still, it's the cardinal rule. It's like wide receiver in football. When the ball touches your hands, you gotta make the catch. So when I put a hit on someone, it's gotta be a kill every time, just like that. Muscle memory. Oh, I held it, and they didn't give me the assassination that time. This game is determined to not make people look bad today. It's okay.
Brawler. Next kill wins.
There's that win. 15 and 12, not too bad. Really, the goal when you're playing anything but Warzone or big team battles, my goal with Halo is always just to get double-digit kills. Preferably, if I can go positive, is great. I mean, I don't really care about that too much in Halo. It's not that kind of game, but generally, when you get double-digit kills and if you can also go positive, you're gonna put your team in a really good position most times. So. Pretty good game. Missed a couple of kills, but it happens. The funny thing that I do with Halo 2 is also it's like very rhythm based for me. So when I'm playing really, really well and I'm stringing that together game after game after game, that's generally when I keep playing, and then once my play kind of starts to dip consecutively game after game after game, that's generally when I stop playing. Ugh, missed that kill. Gotta be better.
Distraction. Ooh,
free kill. And I missed it. He must have put his controller down or his controller died. Then right when I got so excited about a free kill, I ended up missing the kill. Wouldn't you know it? So the thing with this map, and it's kind of annoying, but I do a little bit of it too because you kind of have to, is a lot of camping on this map. People find like a good corner and a high ground and post up a little bit. But like I said, I do it too. You kind of have to. Like if you run around constantly on a map like this, you're gonna get popped a lot. Again, this is like a Call of Duty style map, very corridor based. So you'll turn a corner and someone's in your sight. Missing so many kills. Now the challenge I've always had with Halo, and it's actually ironic because this is why when I used to play Call of Duty I was very, very good at it, is because I have just like a natural twitch ability, like in my hands and in my skin. I'm constantly like twitching. Missed that kill. So for a game like Call of Duty back in the day, it used to help me, and I was very, very good at it naturally, just because it was almost like the game slowed down for me. Because I had that natural twitch ability. But that twitch ability is kind of a detriment to a game like Halo, which is, even though this is a faster paced Halo, it's not a twitch shooter like Call of Duty is. So for Halo, that ability is like a curse, because my hands are constantly like shaking, and again, I'm not sure like what the medical terminology for that is, but it's a detriment to me playing Halo. So when I can play, the fact that I'm pretty good at this game is in spite of that malady. My hands are constantly shaking, so that's generally the biggest reason I miss maybe about half of my kills in all modes, but especially SWAT. It's because my hands are shaking, my wrists are shaking, just constantly. I don't think I can really, I've tried to stop, I can't really stop, it's just natural. So that's why I miss half of the kills I miss, because my hands are shaking, so then when someone's in my line of sight, I'm sometimes not able to line it up properly because my hands are shaking. Like right here, perfectly steady, I just missed the shot. But for half my shot, especially when I'm moving, my hands are shaking. And again, I don't know if it's excitement, I don't know what it is, I don't know what to characterize it as. Ugh, 4 and 10, this is a terrible game by me. But once again, I've been blessed with a really good team. Should have got both of them. Again, the fact that it took me so many shots to shoot that guy from behind. I need to wake up in the worst way.
10 kills to win.
So yeah, like I said, that Twitch thing is like a really like ironic situation, because in Call of Duty it was like I had such a huge advantage over the average person who was playing it, because it's like the game slowed down for me in like a limitless, you ever saw the movie Limitless, in a limitless kind of a way, just naturally. Whereas with Halo, it's like everything is like faster for me than for everyone else, so it's like sometimes where I can miss shots and be inaccurate, so it's like that great juxtaposition. So yeah, I played terrible. 8 and 13, and we still won in spite of it. Shout out to the team. Again, like I said, most of the time I'm accustomed to having to carry my teams in Halo. So when I have those games where I play bad and we either are still in the game because of it or we win, that's always a big, major bump up, because it is rare. Like not by much, but I got like a positive kill death ratio. Warzone, my win-loss percentage, I'm 50-50, 24-24. That's pretty weird.
Slayer.
Alright, let's do this. Gotta play well, gotta play well. There we go, that's a good start. Ugh. I really hate playing bad in SWAT because of SWAT, because like I said, as I said before, the maps are so small. You know where everyone is spawning, so there's no excuse. I mean, you can miss occasional kill here or there, but for the most part, there's no excuse for like massive mistakes and just playing horribly.
Gain the lead.
Took too many shots to get him there. I gotta get it in fewer shots. Okay, not playing terrible right now, but not playing great either. Oof.
Headshot, one down.
Ugh, can't miss these. There it is. Took a bunch of shots, but I got him. Got both of them.
We lost one in security.
Distraction.
Headshot, grab cover.
Oof.
Lost the lead.
So yeah, 6 and 6. This isn't just it's not a bad game, but it's an average game. I gotta play better.
Gain the lead.
Lost one.
Oof. I didn't even see that coming. That's the thing, because it's one-shot kills, it's like you'll walk into a lot of kills and a lot of deaths in SWAT. Should've got both of them.
10 kills to win.
Took him out.
Should've got that other one too. But yeah, 10 and 12. Not a terrible game, just average. We had a guy go 21 and 11 to carry us, so again, just the luck of really good teammates. Generally, when all 4 people on your team can get double-digit kills, you're going to be usually in a pretty good position. And that's really the key to SWAT. Again, I would like to have a really good performance on stream. I typically don't when I play multiplayer games. I generally play good, not great. So I need to have one of those like amazing games that I record pieces of and put on Instagram. I need to have one of those kind of performances.
Slayer.
Hopefully I can play better on this map than I did previously. Ooh, he was ready for me. So just the thing that's like the annoyance of this map is very Call of Duty-esque. These tight corridors, you always have someone that's potentially right around the corner from you. Right, that's the free kill I didn't get last time. Okay, so I've been re-gifted. Oof. Alright, we definitely gotta pick it up. These guys are playing very, very good to start. You see every one of these shots, they're like popping up right in front of me, and I'm technically still getting shots off, so there's no excuse, but it's a little bit more of a challenge that way. You don't get any kind of time to line your shot up in advance. Gotta get that. Oh, I'm missing so many kills today. Again, I don't know if it's because I'm streaming. I don't know what it is. Another one. So that's the thing, even though I love SWAT, it's why traditionally when I play Halo now I play a lot more Warzone than SWAT. Because in SWAT there's game to game, there's a lot of pressure. Making sure, you know, you line your shots up, there's only 50, it's only, you know, the score only goes to 50. So you know, whether if you play well or you don't play well. I'm currently 2 and 8, so I'm playing terrible. When you play terrible, it hurts your team much more, and you have like, it's a lot harder to make comebacks. And again, once again, my team is like carrying me right now, so that's awesome. But again, I gotta play better. There's nothing I hate in first-person shooters than someone else having to like pick up for my slack, because I know I surely, you know, hate when I play well and other people play terrible. So I always want to make sure I'm doing my part, but it's not happening right now. Some of these guys are really good, so definitely want to give them their due credit, but at the same time I'm missing a bunch of kills too. So as always, it's a combination of both things. New. Okay, this guy's gonna just hide in this elevator. It's all good, it's working for him. I can't knock the hustle. Okay, so it definitely lagged. I definitely should have got that kill. Got the first one, didn't get the second one. There it is. That's what it's gonna look like every time.
Target spotted in cinema.
Distraction. Gain the lead.
See, my team has definitely picked up the slack for me. Again, I'm only 5 and 11. It's not too bad. I'm not like playing so terrible that I'm like completely throwing the game away for us. But again,
Gain the lead.
I definitely set the bar really high, so it's not up to my normal standard, but ultimately we're still winning now, so I'll take it. Gotta get him, gotta get him. Teammate got him. Oof. Turn the corner and boom.
Contact. Hostile. Enemy on the program. Cinema loft is getting targeted.
Ugh, I don't know how I'm missing these kills right now.
Target spotted in cinema.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening right now.
Next kill wins.
We won, but barely. I played so terrible at this, particularly at the end of that game. Those kind of gaffes are how you cost your team game. So, that's, again, I can live with having a bad game, but the way that game ended, like, that can't happen again. This is nothing worse than when your team is winning, and then in the last 2-3 minutes you have 3-4 consecutive deaths, 3-4 consecutive missed kills, and then they come back and potentially win. Those are the worst losses. So, like, that kind of ending, that can't happen again. But we won. Again, I don't know what's going on today. I've been blessed with really, really good teams today. In Warzone and now in SWAT. But, I mean, as I think about first-person shooters in the macro sense, the thing I really, really miss from the Xbox 360, PS3 era that I hope to see more of and hope to see kind of, you know, as trends come and go, they're cyclical. I would love to see more modern warfare kind of style, thematic experiences come back into first-person shooters. Because, I mean, for me, Call of Duty, that's when I loved it. I mean, of course, the original Modern Warfare, is one of the greatest first-person shooters of all time. I know it was divisive, but I loved Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 3 was okay. I mean, I liked the content. I liked the year of DLC, new maps every month. I thought that was cool. And, but Modern Warfare 3 was when, that series kind of came to an end for me, and I kind of began to, like, phase out of it. Modern Warfare 3 was kind of like the final straw. But the first two games, I mean, I loved those games. I love modern shooters. I think this is a new map. I've never played this map before. But, so, I mean, I'm going forward, I'm really hoping to see more of those kind of games come back. Obviously now we have, like, Rainbow Six Siege, and The Division is kind of like that. I mean, even though it's, like, urban warfare and, like, like public spaces, it's still somewhat a play on that kind of a thing, so I hope to see more games like that come out. I mean, the futuristic thing is cool. I mean, obviously Halo, that's their bread and butter. They do that really well. But I think it's been a little bit overdone. And even World War I, World War II, I would love to see more of those games come back. Those kinds of games. Again, when I think about it, it's funny because it's like, as you grow up, different kinds of experiences come and go. But when you're in it, that's all you really know. Miss that kill. Terrible miss. But, when you're in it, you don't really think about it. You don't have the perspective to say, okay, this time, let's say 2006, 2007, this is special. You're getting first-person Modern Warfare games. You're getting first-person World War I, World War II games. There were times where different eras, particularly in like the mid and late 2000s, where there was a little bit of everything out there. You had your futuristic shooters, you had your modern shooters, you had your past world shooters. You had a little bit of everything. So it's like really like the second half of the last generation and then this generation, everything's been kind of following a lot of the same trends. So you kind of started with like Ghost Recon, Future Soldier, and then you had Black Ops 2 going futuristic. So, it's been a sea change around the industry, and I haven't been particularly in love with it across the board. Like, I like diversity, I like different kinds of experiences, and that's a huge part of the reason I still love and adore and play a lot of Battlefield, because I love modern combat. I think that's a really the gear and the settings I think is really, really interesting. And I just want to throw out a disclaimer. I'm playing extremely terrible right now, but I'm not really tripping about it too much because I generally play really, really bad my first time playing a new map. So give myself a little bit of a pass for this one. That being said, 2-11 right now. It's a little hard to swallow. How I'm missing these kills. And see, once again, I'm 5-12, but my team has been holding it down, and we're still very much in this game. So, shout out to the team. But again, like I said, as I described earlier, this is a good problem to have. Picking up Halo, and then there's a new map I haven't played available. Semi-regular occurrence with this game. Beautiful map design, the water and everything looks really amazing. Gotta play it a few more times before I can like kind of speak to it from an aesthetic standpoint and how it plays from like gameplay wise, but so far it looks pretty cool. There hasn't been any new map added to this game that I played that I just vehemently hated, so I'll play it a few more times and kind of see what I think about it. So yeah, I rebounded. I started 2-11 and finished 10-15. So yeah, not a great game, but my first time playing the map. Rebounded pretty nicely. Alright, I'll play one more game of traditional SWAT and then play a little bit of big team battle before I call it a session. It's been pretty good, pretty smooth. Again, haven't played great other than that second game of Warzone, but been pretty solid.
Slayer.
Ugh. Still missing headshots in traditional fashion. There's two. He should be wheeling around this corner right here.
Gain the lead.
They're firing on red yard.
Lost the lead.
Oh, and 3, not a great start. I'm getting popped in every direction this game. I can't be mad at my performance this one because again I'm getting spawn killed essentially.
Headshot. One down.
Okay, I can be mad about that one. I just once again that's 2 missed kills. Alright, they have one guy going 8 and 2 right now, so that explains a lot of it. Two and 10. Ugh. Terrible performances today. Against watchers, my bread and butter.
Halfway to victory.
Enemy in blue base.
This is God's way of saying go play big team battle, I feel like.
Reversal.
Target in blue yard.
Gain the lead. Lost the lead. Gain the lead.
Ooh, he slid right into that.
Lost the lead.
Again, I'm essentially getting spawn killed half the time now this game.
Enemy team nearing victory. Double kill. Killing spree.
Again, okay, so
Defeat.
we lost that one. Not a great game, but I finished pretty strong. Despite real terrible start, I can't start off 2-10, 3-11. So, time to switch it up. Let's go play a little bit of big team. Ooh, new armor. Ooh, capture the flag. I dig it. I don't know. I'm kind of lukewarm about capture the flag in this game. I think aim down the sight kind of messes everything up a little bit on some of these open maps, but it's still a lot of fun. Actually, I think if Basin is the map I'm remembering it to be, yeah, this is going to be a good way to finish up.
Capture the flag.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite big team battle map. Had some epic capture the flag moments on this map. Okay, let's go get DRM, DMR, sniper rifle. That. And I got the active camo. Let's do this. Alright, let's see what we can find. No Dawn for idle players.
They have our flag.
Guys trying to flush me out with grenades. My active camo ran out.
Our flag's been taken. Spotted the enemy flag carrier.
Would like to take that shotgun, but headshot, and he had a sniper rifle.
Flag's been taken. Enemy carrier's been marked.
Nasty. See, this was the kind of game I needed to have before.
Kill.
Go ahead and return this puppy.
We returned our flag. We returned our flag.
Big thing with capture the flag on these wide open maps, you always want to get the high ground.
Incineration cannon in 10 seconds.
Hat trick.
Killing spree.
It's just magical. Quintessential Halo.
Incineration cannons on the field. You have the flag. You're spotted.
7 kills in the first 2 minutes. Not bad. Not bad. Let's see what's on the field. Incinerator cannon, I'll take it. Take that.
10 seconds to weapon pad.
Ooh, almost missed that kill and he almost got me.
Double kill.
Boom.
Weapon pads.
There it is. Mojo's back for daddy. Let's do this. See, that's why again I try to play a little bit of everything when I play Halo. Sometimes you just don't have your mojo going in a particular game mode, so played pretty well in Warzone, currently playing very, very well in Capture the Flag. Played terrible today in SWAT, but you know, chalk it up, call it a day. More active camo for me. But even though I love Warzone and I love the resource management cards, I also love just the classic Halo experience, picking stuff up on the field.
Incineration cannon in 10 seconds.
I am on a roll right now, but I need to get a flag and get a capture going. None of these kills mean anything if we don't capture the flags and win.
They have our flag. Spotted the enemy flag carrier. Have the flag.
I got killed, but I went out in grand fashion.
Enemies return their flag.
16 kills already. Picked up the flag twice. Again, capture the flag is really, really hard, because in capture the flag, you need at least some support from your teammates. Whether it's picking you up in a mongoose or a warthog to take you as the flag carrier back to your spawn, or it's giving you overwatch coverage and defense as you're coming back. So this is the challenge. This is even more so than Warzone, this is the most challenging mode because you really need support from your teammates to be able to be successful. But, you know, I'm an objective-based guy. I'm a team player kind of a guy, so I enjoy that. Even though, you know, I'd take more losses than I would in other modes because you have to rely on other people. I don't mind.
You're one shot. Watch your head.
See, just little organic moments like that, random players like, hey, I'll pick you up. Got him. He ran into the tree.
Recharge your leg. Enemy contact.
Find our flag. Enemy carrier's been marked.
Alright, so I'm gonna wait to see if my teammate's gonna come back and drive in here. Come around. Well, I could pick up the flag. Didn't work out so well. I thought he was gonna pick me up. I guess he must have got taken out or something. But it happens. Again, I'm always really surprised and appreciative when people actually want to like pick me up and kind of work together to get the flag. Saves a lot of time and headache.
Whoa, friendly over here. Taking snippets.
I told you, sniper rifle used to be something in Halo I was average at best with for a long time, but I'm pretty good with it now. Like, most of the time with the sniper rifle now, even on the move, I can get people with one shot. But that took a lot of years.
Incineration cannon in 10 seconds. Spotted the enemy flag carrier. Incineration cannons on the field.
Yeah, I see you on radar. Come on out. Go ahead and pop out.
We returned our flag.
I don't know how he got behind me.
They have our flag.
Big gun.
We found their carrier. Ten seconds to weapon pad. They have our flag. We found their carrier. Weapon pad's ready.
Oof. Okay, so he's camping in our spawn.
We returned our flag.
Again, this game's probably going to just end up in a dead draw because there's only about like 5 minutes left. So both teams are probably going to just camp their own spawns.
Incineration cannon in 10. Incineration cannons on the field. carrier's been taken. Spotted the enemy flag carrier.
And even though I've missed that kill and I've missed a couple of kills this game, I don't particularly mind it because again, that's what I was saying before with SWAT. It's like every kill you miss could potentially matter. But in like big team battle and Warzone, when I miss kills, unless it's like egregious, like the one I just missed, or you miss like a double kill, or you miss like something epic, you're not really thinking about it too much. You kind of just keep it moving.
Enemy carrier's been marked. You have the flag.
I got it. I got it. I doubt I'm gonna live long enough to even be able to make it through this cave. Nope.
The enemy flag has been returned.
Enemy team scored.
They scored. It's gonna be really, really hard to win this game now.
You have the flag. Weapon pad in 10. You're spotted. Weapon pad's
Contact
open.
on Red Wing.
Spotted the enemy flag carrier.
Got the incineration cannon.
Enemies return their flag.
Enemy team scored.
And they scored twice. See, this is what I mean. Games like this are like really, really tough. You really need your whole team. Not even your whole team, but you need a good portion of your team kind of on the same page, kind of playing the objective, doing things a certain way, and we just didn't have it that game. We got a couple of pickups, but we were never able to make anything happen. So again, even when I started playing well at the outset, I prefaced it with, you know, it's a team game. You don't win and capture the flag for getting killed. So even though I personally played pretty well, still it's like a bummer to lose this game. Particularly now with 2-0, that looks bad. And it rains, it pours. See, now they're just trying to make us look bad. Normally a team, when they're up this much late, would just try to get a bunch of kills. But they're like, no, we want to keep getting captures. We want to make you guys look really, really bad. So I know his other buddies over here somewhere with active camo.
Defend our carrier. The enemy flag has been returned. Incineration cannon in 10. Find our flag.
Two minutes left.
Incineration cannon's up. Deliver the flag. They spotted you.
I say if I could have finished this game, even if, you know, we're gonna lose no matter what, but if I could have finished this game with a flag capture, I would have been really happy.
Weapon pad in 10 seconds. Enemies return their flag.
Game over.
Yeah, team-wise, that was just a terrible game. That's the first game I've played today, I think, where I had bad teammates. But Win some, lose some. Alright, so I'm gonna play one more game, a big team battle, and then I'll call it a session. So even though it wasn't necessarily apparent throughout the session today, not necessarily the best Halo player on Earth, not necessarily in that upper echelon of like elite players, but fairly above average, pretty good at the game. Actually, I think I might play some Battlefield tonight as well, and maybe stream that too.
Slayer.
Okay, big team Slayer, I dig it.
Red yard, enemy contact.
Ooh, that was a beautiful grenade that got me. Alright, we're winning in spite of the fact that I have 0 kills, so that's good. Team game, as they say. Ooh, I don't know how I didn't get that kill. Oh, I've missed way too many kills today.
Spartan laser in 10 seconds.
Again, I can't even use the shields as an excuse because I missed them in SWAT. Spartan charge. Looks nice. Again, it's the funny thing with Halo is like Battlefield's like that too. Sometimes you just get blown off the map. It happens.
Gain the lead.
If you can pick it back up and adjust within the same game, then you're really in business.
10 seconds to sniper rifle. Sniper's up.
I didn't get the kill, but I should have, but that was funny. Almost. He didn't even see me hovering above him.
Gain the lead. Double kill. Triple kill. Gain the lead. Lost the lead.
Oh, I had to reload. That's an easy double. His shields were down. I can't miss those. That's what I was saying before. That's why accuracy in this game is so important. That's what I mean when I say every shot matters. It's if I had hit the other guy and killed him in 2 shots like I should have, then I don't have to reload there and I get an easy double kill. Because I wasted shots. I had to reload when there's someone else standing there with no shields. So it's payback for my inaccuracy.
Enemy halfway to victory.
Again, 5 and 9, not terrible, but I gotta play better.
Eyes on hostile. Blue cage.
10 seconds to weapon pad.
Gain the lead.
Weapon pad's open.
I cannot catch a break today. Pick up the shotgun and someone pops up in front of me. We're just out of range for me to actually be able to use it. It's an easy kill.
Nade incoming.
But again, once again, I'm 5 and 12 and my team is winning, so I'll take it.
laser.
This is just not my day. The other guy who I should have got an easy kill on barely skirts out of the way, and then the second guy, grenade wasn't placed perfectly, so I don't get the hit on him I need to get. I would have got the second guy too. And I end up with no one. So yeah, it's been that kind of a day.
Distraction. 10 kills to win.
Sniper in 10.
One under the bridge.
Sniper rifles ready.
We're about to win a game where I'm 5-14 because this is like extreme rarity. We putting up single-digit kills in Halo. It doesn't happen too much, so.
Next kill wins.
But we got the win. I'll take it. And that will officially do it for me. Pretty good Halo session. Not good, not great, but pretty good. So, nice session there. Again, I may stream Battlefield a little bit later on. We'll see how it goes.